Hello YouTube, this is Thompson Airways 737 bringing you another video, update number 4 for the Model Airport 2020. So, bit of a quick, brief update in this one. Some models you might have already seen before, and some that are kind of on rotation with the schedules we've already seen as well. But again, it's just one of the times that was randomised, and this specific time in particular is based on Thursday morning, what would be around about 3 AM period, more specifically 2:45 if we've been with aircraft coming in and out. But just try and obviously visualise it being at night time. Obviously I've got no night lighting set up on this airport, so I can't, do it at night as such. If anybody does have any ideas how I could maybe utilise either some kind of lights, laser lights or anything, to maybe try and do nighttime updates, and leave your suggestions in the comments by all means. But at the minute I have no idea how to do it, and I tried sort of different things like torches and stuff like that. It doesn't really work out as well as what I thought it might. So we're just sticking with kind of like an all day kind of, all like daylight hours kind of setup. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to crack on with the update. So arriving inbound as DHL or European Air Transport, specifically A300 OODLW, arriving as BCS 84 Juliet, coming in from Brussels, and we'll be heading out as BCS 2882 to Dublin after around about a 2 or 3 hour turnaround period. So zooming out, get a better overview of the main apron here. So we've got 3 aircraft based now. Previously we had 5. So what I've done is took out EasyJets as base aircraft. I think going back to a previous update, I kind of mentioned that it's a little bit odd for me to have like a full ramp, and with these updates, yeah, I didn't really like it, if I'm honest. So what I've done is took out these jet aircraft again on a rotation. The A319s, A320s will be doing a Belfast run to and from this airport. I believe that one is daily. But the times vary, so some are in the morning, some are in the afternoon. All the times vary per day. And then we have the A320 Neos and A321 Neos operating on a Edinburgh run, which is on a Thursday and Sunday only, I believe, if I recall correctly. So again, you will see them at some point. But I just thought it kind of looks a bit neater as well, having 2 Jet 2 and 1 TUI. Normally I would have 2 TUI, but with the amount of rotation of models we have with Jet 2 now and 1400, it makes sense to utilise 2 Jet 2 and just the 1 TUI. In this case, we have a Thompson Airways 737-800 featuring in this update. But again, this was one of the sort of questions I had. Should I include Thompson Airways amongst the TUI aircraft? And I think it's worth it, because the only difference is it says Thompson instead of TUI. On this particular model, it doesn't have scimitar winglets, but I mean, I'm not really fussed about going into all that. And I just think it adds to like a nice sort of filler for that particular schedule in the updates. So this particular one arrived from Paphos as BY3351, and we'll be heading out to Kefalonia later on in the morning. It's sort of still early morning, around about probably 6-7 o'clock kind of period. Registration GT8WL, as you may have guessed. Next up we have LS197. This will be heading out to Ibiza. Don't have an inbound call sign for this or flight number, because it arrived the day before, so this has basically been on the ground since. So with Thursday morning would be Wednesday night. This will be again heading out to Ibiza, registration JZHG. And then next to that we have another Jet2 737-800 GDFR. This is operating as LS138 and will be came in as LS138 from Fuerteventura. We'll be heading out to Barcelona as LS149. So again, just to recap, the Jet2 rotations are going to be, one is going to be between 738, 757, 200, and then the other one is 733 and 738. And also one model I forgot to feature was the A321. Very unusual for Jet2 to have an A321. But that will be featured, and I'm kind of thinking of just kind of rotating that between the two, simply because it's kind of just like a one-off kind of model, really. But yeah, I mean, all of them will feature at some point. So moving across to the cargo apron, got to focus on this model pushing back in the meantime. DHL, this is DHL UK 757-200. This is operating as BCS, came in as BCS 84 Echo from Leipzig, and we'll be heading out to Madrid. As you can see now, it's on pushback. Heading out to Madrid as BCS 8930, registration GBIKM. Then in the foreground, we have another DHL, or more specifically European Air Transport. Let me just get that a little bit lower. European Air Transport 757-200, registration OLDLJ again, sporting the Formula 1 titles. BCS 46 uniform that came in as, again, from Leipzig. And we'll be heading out to Edinburgh as BCS 2134. And then next to that, positioned stationary. This is a common night stopper. The Atlantic Airlines Lockheed Electra L188, operating as MPT 022 Golf, heading out to Guernsey. I think about 5:20, I think the common schedule is. And registration for this is GLOFE. So the previous one we saw, the previous Lockheed Electra we saw was LOFD, which is part of the Aero Classics trio set, along with the DC6 and DC3. This is the Herpa version. You will not probably notice DHL GBIKM is also Herpa, as is the DHL A300. And credit where credit's due, Herpa have really kind of filled in some of the gaps we certainly had for quite a few years in the 1400. You know, basically what I'm saying is they release models that are well worth releasing in 1400s. You know, their main focus is probably 1500 and 1200 nowadays, but they've certainly released some really good releases for us in the 400 scale. That's pretty much it for this update, guys. I'm not really sure. Well, again, updates are going to be weekly, so next update will be in about a week's time. You may think that some of the updates are maybe similar. Kind of. I'm not sure if you guys think that at all. I don't know, but you know, I am trying to rotate. Again, it's all random based. I'm not specifically picking these updates as such. But if I do happen to end up on another update similar to this, then I'll randomise it again and try and do something a little bit more unique, something else that we haven't seen yet. Because honestly, there's a lot more with this airport, certainly with the traffic and stuff that we can utilise. Certainly cargo movements, there's quite a few we haven't utilised yet, and also general movements for the passenger side of things. We haven't really utilised them yet either. Sort of late morning, sort of early afternoon is when all that kind of occurs, and then cargo is just kind of all over the place. Evenings, early sort of late mornings, kind of, and just all over. So stay tuned for the next update, and hopefully it'll be, well, something different will feature. In the meantime, I thought I may as well mention this. I'm back on furlough, which is not ideal. But it is what it is. I understand obviously why I'm on furlough. Obviously another lockdowns took place, and unfortunately, I'm at home for the next month, over November. So yeah, again, it is what it is. The thing is, when I was working, these updates kind of work better because I could, after each set I did at work, a new update was due. Whereas now the weeks seem to be going a bit longer. So, but it's not to worry. The updates will still continue. Don't forget, update number 5 in the next update will be kind of the last update. Not last update, but do you know what I mean? Update number 6 technically will be like a special update, which is also maybe something I want to ask you. Do you prefer doing a throwback update like we previously did with the old airport before this one? Or would you rather do a fleet kind of update, so picking a specific airline? So if you want to leave comments, even if you don't know if I have the airline or not, you could just pick any random airline, and we could do like a full fleet kind of setup of a specific airline for the special update, or like I say, a throwback update. Entirely up to you. If you've got any suggestions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for watching for now, and I'll see you in the next update.